Hey guys, so this week I've been playing Brink, which if you don't know is a first-person shooter with a lot of parkour, climbing over stuff and jumping into awesome barrel rolls and doing all kinds of stuff. And it's getting a lot of comparisons to Team Fortress 2, but is it any good? Is it just a rip-off of other games? Is it a laggy piece of crap? Well, here's my opinion of Brink. As a shooter, Brink seems to borrow a lot of elements from other games, but not the games that you would typically borrow from. It has the class-based system from a Team Fortress 2 type game, while at the same time introducing some of the parkour, free-running stuff that you saw in Mirror's Edge, and the objective-based gameplay comes straight from a Return to Castle Wolfenstein type thing. One of the first things you're told in the game is move more than you shoot. Unlike a lot of first-person shooters where you walk around and wait for the perfect shot to take out your enemy, this is more a game about running around. If you're the guy standing around using your iron sights or scoping in with a sniper rifle waiting for the perfect shot, you're gonna get killed a lot. On the other hand, if you're the guy with the really fast SMG running around just spraying bullets everywhere, you're actually probably better off. That's not to say that the game is all spray and pray, but for the most part, you have to move around if you want to get things done. You have just enough health that if you get into a firefight that you don't think you can win, you can probably run away if you're fast enough. The game comes with 4 classes: Operative, Soldier, Medic, and Engineer. And each comes with little special abilities that help out during gameplay. Medics can heal and also revive you if you get knocked down. Soldiers can replenish ammo, Operatives can disguise themselves, and Engineers can build turrets and mines and all that stuff. And at any point during the game you can go to a command terminal and switch classes if you want. Which is definitely something that you're going to want to do occasionally because a lot of the maps have varied objectives that you will need different classes to accomplish. The game's leveling system is very intense in that it gives you XP for doing just about everything. When you and 2 of your buddies take down a really heavy dude, it doesn't just give XP to whoever fired the last bullet, it gives XP to everyone. It realizes that everyone was integral in taking down this guy. As you level up, you gain skill points, which you can use to unlock special abilities, their general abilities, and also class abilities. And while you can respect at any time, it took me quite a few respects before I realized every time you do, you lose a level which you have to re-earn. It's a good way to force you to focus on leveling just one class, but it feels like a bit of a mixed message because in the game you can switch classes at any time, but you don't carry over those bonuses from the other classes. There are a number of different weapons that you can choose, and also a ton of different little attachments and various doohickeys you can put on your weapon to customize it to your liking. And all of these little attachments are unlocked by doing the challenges, which serve as the sort of tutorial. The challenges take you through the basics of the gameplay and doing objectives, and also the parkour. The challenges give you some hands-on training with the gameplay that give you more experience, which is great. Unfortunately, it gave me a lot of false confidence in my real-life parkour skill. Although this game is basically an online shooter, there is a story woven throughout the game. You play from one of 2 factions, the Security and the Rebels, and you're fighting over control of the Ark, which is this little floating island that was supposed to be your last best hope for humanity and now is kind of this dystopian future. Every one of the maps starts with a cutscene that's slightly different based on which side you happen to be playing on. And there is no team deathmatch, capture the flag type gameplay, it's all very objective based. In one map, maybe the progression is the rebels are trying to get to this tower. So first they have to hack this door control, and the security tries to stop them. And if they hack the door control, then they can get up to this place and place a bomb to destroy this air vent or whatever the hell they're doing. The objective-based gameplay really helps to keep the maps fresh because you're never doing the same objectives over and over again. You do an objective and then you move on to the next part of the map where you do a different objective. But this also leads to probably my biggest problem with the game is the choke points. This game is all about choke points. Long open hallways where you never fight anyone, so you get to a choke point right where your objective is, and you have to basically slug it out. There's no real penalty for dying in the game. You can wait for a medic to come revive you, or you can just, wait 10 seconds to respawn. But it seems like most of the gameplay is spent just throwing yourself at a wall of dudes, hoping that this time you're gonna defeat them. It can often become very tiresome to just constantly just run at these dudes over and over and over again and just get trounced every time until finally you break through. I really don't know how much of my feeling of this game is just, playing with friends, because when I play this game with friends, I had a crazy amount of fun just, running around with friends and talking like I do in most games. But when I play by myself, I tend to go, I'd rather play something else. It's just something about it, it just doesn't really appeal to me. The parkour seems interesting. It's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of really great elements. I just don't think the overall package is what I wanted. It's just not there yet. Maybe if it gets a sequel and it seems to be selling pretty well, the sequel will just take it over the top. But I think as it is, I'm not a super huge fan of it. I think it's interesting. It's fun to play for a little bit, but I don't think it's a game that's going to stick with me for very long.